All right, now we're gonna get started with our pastrami. So we're gonna be utilizing a beef plate rib with our Rainer Foods pastrami brine mix and seasoning. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our curing salt, which we have right here, and we're gonna add it to our jar of water, and then we're also gonna then take our seasoning, our brine mix, and mix it along with that, shake it all up, and then add it to our brine bag. So we're gonna go and get this all incorporated the best we can. Get that brine mix and that curing salt combined, and then we're just gonna take this and pour it straight into our brine bag. So for our pastrami, we're gonna use the plate rib. So this is a 3-bone plate rib, so this is more towards the belly of the steer. So opposed to your back ribs, which is closest to the ribeye and off of the ribeye. Again, this is from the lower side of the steer off the belly. So we're gonna get a nice thick piece of meat on that bone. So now that we have our beef plate rib in the brine, we're gonna let this soak for about a week. And when we do remove it, the pack comes with a pastrami spice. We'll go ahead and season our plate rib with this and then get it on our Hunsaker. So now that we've removed our beef plate rib from the brine and rinsed it off, we're gonna go ahead and pat it down with some paper towels, dry it up a little bit, and then we're gonna get ready to add our pastrami seasoning onto this. So I like to do a light to medium coat of the seasoning, and I'm gonna try and get all the exposed meat on here. So that looks a little heavy, but as soon as we do this, we got a lot of it that's gonna come right off. And so we have a nice coat on there. Since we have enough of the seasoning left over, we'll go ahead and put some on the underside of the bones. And then you notice that we left the membrane on here. We'll go ahead and remove that after we've cooked off. All right, so now we're getting ready to put our beef plate rib that we're doing in a pastrami brine and seasoning. We're getting ready to throw it on our Hunsaker, but to mix it up a little bit, we're actually gonna try something out. We're gonna hang our ribs. So we're gonna go ahead and find the meatier side of the bone. Just like that. So right now we're getting ready to wrap our pastrami beef ribs. So what I'm doing right now is spraying it down with some water so that way I can get the butcher paper a little tacky so that way it would adhere to our plate ribs as we go into the wrap. And then we'll go ahead and get that thrown back on our Hunsaker. All right, so now we're checking on our Hunsaker. Inside we have our pastrami beef rib. So ideally what I'd like to see is a final temperature in the thickest part of it at around, it could be anywhere between 206, 208, 210. I'm not gonna be scared about it, and we're gonna let that rest. $207, oh yeah, 208. So we're sitting pretty here. I'm not mad at this at all. That's going in nice and easy. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pull that, wrap that back up, and then get it into a cooler, something insulated. So we're gonna use a camera, but if at home you have a cooler or something along those lines, you can definitely secure it in that and let that carry over, let that rest for a little bit. All right, so we've removed our beef rib off of the Hunsaker. We've had it resting in our camera. Again, you could use a cooler, something insulated, wrap it in towels, just to let it rest for a little bit. So we're gonna take a peek at it now to see how we're looking and see if we can get this thing sliced up. So again, we did a pastrami brine on this plate rib, so we're gonna take a look. Hopefully we got that color that's in there. Beautiful color.